So, what are we doing?
Yeah, we're talking about the hero's journey, and it's something that both you and I are really passionate about.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been through that process a couple times now. At first, thanks to you, and now I've been applying it to my life, and I realize how important it is actually. Um, so, we're doing a retreat.
Yeah, we're the facilitators of a retreat coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Um, and we're actually going to be having some conversations to be able to share
Yeah,
with people that might be interested in joining us.
totally.
The hero's journey is a powerful format for self-discovery,
Yeah.
and the invitation on this retreat is really to be the author of our own story, and we're using the hero's journey as the framework
Yeah.
to do that.
So, well, first things first. Where is it gonna happen?
So the hero's journey is taking place here in Mexico. We
In
are
my town.
in Fairstown, which also happens to be my town.
Is your town?
And it's going to happen here in Guanajuato.
Yeah.
We're planning on July, but we have a little bit of flexibility. We may have to move it to August, depending on the participants.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a different type of retreat, totally. But actually, I'm curious. Why are you so interested on doing something this like intentional? Like, why Hero's Journey? Why Joseph Campbell?
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that?
Well, I'm really an advocate for self-inquiry
Yeah.
and internal work. For me, that's the foundation for a happy life. And part of the work that I do, I'm passionate about doing, is serving teens. And this is the beautiful time, the most perfect time in their life to be the author of their own journey. And that, to me, is the number one reason why we're creating this experience.
So, can you tell us about like a couple tools that we're gonna use during this retreat?
Sure, we're going to be utilizing and tapping into the framework, as I said, of the hero's journey.
Yeah.
And we're going to use that as a way to author all of the different aspects and parts of that journey. And we're going to mesh the outer world journey with the inner world journey.
Right.
So what's happening on the outside, what we're talking about is, creating our character, which is a part of self.
Yeah.
Finding the mentor, which can be one of us, or it can be another aspect of self.
Right.
We are going to give a name to all of these parts. We're going to introduce the call. Will you answer the call to the journey? We're going to use a lot of the framework in conjunction with discovering and defining our core values as a way to define our character.
Yeah.
We're going to identify our shadows as a way to know what makes up the dragon that we're going to have to fight, what's in the innermost cave.
Yeah.
We're going to really dive deep into the passions and purpose that live in each one of us. And we've got tools to figure all of that stuff out. This is not just about writing a piece of fiction.
Yeah.
This is about using the tools of the framework and the particular modalities. For example, you're a well-respected artist, and you're going to be using some of the creative tools in your creative toolbox to be able to help our participants express themselves visually. I'm also going to be facilitating improv, which allows us to really meet the parts of ourselves that sometimes we keep hidden.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to be doing a lot of writing, a lot of journaling. So there's so much planned, and I don't want to give it all away.
Yeah.
However, mask making is also going to be a big part of our journey.
And actually, I wanna ask, there's a word that people are gonna hear a lot: archetypes,
Yeah.
and that taps into the mask making.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Well, archetypes are created or actually defined by Carl Jung many, many years ago. And he noticed that common to the human experience, every single story and every single human has an aspect of these 12 main archetypes.
Yeah.
And we're going to be introducing them to our participants and inviting them to explore the archetypes and find the places in their own life experience where they are channeling that archetype and not actually knowing it. And then we're going to bring more greater intentionality to the experience.
Yeah.
So with the mask making, we'll be really looking at the single archetype that we individually need in order to pass through the obstacles in our own path,
Right.
to meet the challenges. And the archetypes are common to every single human in every single culture. This is our birthright, to tap into the strength of these archetypes.
Right. And I mean, I've been through that process.
Yeah.
And now that I'm aware of those tools, I'm like, they help me a lot. Like, sometimes I'm so tired, and I'm like, I'm out, but I have to do something. I need to do something.
Right.
And I just wear my mask, like my king's mask. And I'm like, no, I cannot quit right now. Just a little, I can go a little further with this mask, and then I can quit, you know. Sometimes also my masks can help me to protect myself.
Yeah, very much so.
And I think those tools are really helpful. And sometimes we use them a lot. We're just not aware of them.
Right.
And something I'm really into in this project is the art aspect, because I mean, we're both artists. We're both creators.
Yeah.
And we both love sharing our art, and not only that, our knowledge. And I don't know about you, but I get like really excited when I see people creating, because that gives me feedback on like my creative process. So I learn a lot through sharing.
Yeah, me too. And I think it's really important to mention here that you don't have to be an artist to join us.
Yeah.
And in fact, if the idea of doing art and expressing yourself
Yeah.
creatively actually feels like it's outside of your comfort zone,
Totally, it feels like that.
that is the invitation to step into, as we say, answer the call,
Yeah.
right? Because it's not about making a pretty picture. This is not an art class, but we're utilizing the tools of creativity.
Right.
Creativity comes from inside.
Yeah.
Creativity is that life force that we all have.
Exactly. And for example, I've been teaching art for a while, and I love like teaching people that you don't need to be a master to create. You don't need to
Right.
spend like 10 years of your life drawing to be a great artist. It's not about that. It's about I mean, maybe I love sharing some like small techniques,
Yeah.
so people can feel more relaxed while
And
doing
more
it.
confident.
We're confident. Yeah, more confident. Totally. Because, I mean, it's scary. Sometimes when you see a big canvas, it's like, oh my God, it's a lot. Maybe you start drawing.
It's empty.
It's
What do I
empty.
do?
Like, what do I do? Where do I start? Most people are just like, I'm gonna do something small and figure it out. So I like teaching people, like, just go for it. Just have the experience. Just, it's just a canvas. It's just painting. It just paints. It doesn't matter.
Just.
It's just that. It's just that.
Do you know, I don't know if I ever told you this story, but
Yeah.
you know that I owned a creative agency. I worked in marketing and advertising for 18 years. And my creative agency that I owned for 8 years, where I was the creative director, part of what I did was when I saw my designers sitting at the computer and really hyper focusing on one small bit,
Yeah.
I'd pull them off and they'd say, "Oh no, here comes Lainey. She's going to force me to go to the scribbling table." Because
Totally.
once you get out of this fine-tuned focus on one little aspect and you start broad strokes of scribbling, you recognize that there are patterns. All of the things that are coming out of you are coming from that spirit of creation.
Exactly.
And the invitation to create without being attached to the outcome is such a beautiful awakening.
Totally.
Which is what I hope that the work that we're doing in the Hero's Journey will do for many people.
Yeah, because I mean, we're talking about. I like to think about drawings as I see life, because exactly when you're focusing on the small details, you're not aware of your surroundings, so you don't know what's going on outside of your life.
Yes,
You're
so
like
true.
looking everything on your point of view.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta step out, and that's what the journey is about.
Yeah.
That's what this retreat is about, like stepping outside of what you're used to see, and like learn about yourself, learn about others, and like as you can for you to see the whole panorama. It's all about that. So
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And we're using a bunch of modalities. We're going to be using actual art. We're
Yeah.
going to do a little bit of map making. We're going to create masks, as I talked about. So mask making.
Yeah.
We're doing improv. We're doing theater. We're doing writing. And there's not going to be a single person that excels at all of these things. And it's meant to be that way.
Yeah.
It's meant to challenge us from all different angles and really thrust us out of our comfort zone, because that's where the magic happens there.
Exactly. Once you're thrown into, like, I mean, for some people, a different country,
Yeah.
like a different style of living for 10 days is like, I mean, it can be a lot. I get it. I get it. But that's the magic about it. That's the beauty. Creating your own safe space within yourself. And we need those tools. So
We do.
I mean, I think it's a well-rounded project, because we have your knowledge, your all of your years of learning
Are you
and
calling me
teaching.
old?
I mean, no,
Yeah.
you're so young, you're so and beautiful,
Yeah.
and I love sharing art, and
I know.
we both create art, so it's, and also it's a magical place. This town.
Oh, Guanajuato's fantastic. So
Yeah.
leave a comment. I'm going to invite people to leave a
Yeah.
comment if they saw the video that we made with you as the dragon, my son
Yeah.
as the journeyer,
Yeah.
and the city as the backdrop. So let us know if you saw that. It's spectacular.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing some sort of, kind of LARPing, if
Yeah.
you will,
Yeah.
in the town. So be prepared to really have this magical, beautiful experience. It's going to be fun. It's not just, let's hit the books and sit down. And no, this is about learning by doing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And also, like, we're gonna share more about what we're doing. It's our first time running a Hero's Journey retreat, and I'm excited. I mean, if you have any questions, let us know. And I mean, we're open for suggestions. Like, you want to ask anything? We're here. We're gonna try to be more, we're gonna try to share more.
Yeah. And we are also creating a wonderful tool book. This is a lot of our research, and by the time you guys arrive for the hero's journey, not only are we going to give you a quote-unquote workbook, we're also going to be publishing it.
Yeah.
So if you can't join us on the hero's journey, I'm so sad, but we're going to actually have a published workbook that will help you lead your own. But at this time, really, the magic is going to happen within the group environment.
Totally.
And it's going to happen within all of the different aspects that we have planned.
Yeah, totally.
So you don't want to miss this.
And I mean, it's gonna be the first iteration. We're gonna have more, of course. And I think the next step is showing our processes, our process of creating. So I think we go through the hero's journey like steps while we're creating. So I think that I think you're gonna see a lot of our like artwork.
Yeah.
In the stories. I think it could be great to show people what we do.
Yeah.
So they can be more like curious about like what can they learn and how they're gonna learn how to channel the hero's journey to their creative process.
Yeah. And not only just creative process, but their life.
Yeah, totally.
Life.
I mean, I just say creative process because my life is
It's a
creating.
creative
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, most people's life are like that. You know, they create.
Absolutely. And you know, the thing that I'm most excited about in the hero's journey is the very last step is finding, after you find, you know, the Holy Grail or the stone or the sword, whatever it is, you return home with those gifts. And those gifts, the gifts of the transformed you, are the gifts that transform your communities, your family, your friends. Those are the gifts that create that ripple of change in your communities, all surrounding us. So each one of us is really important to the story of this world.
Yeah, you become like an agent of change. Yeah, totally. I mean, I've done that. You know, I mean, I was in your shadow workshop.
Yeah. We'll be doing shadow work, by the way, too, which is oh so powerful.
It's intense in a good way because, I mean, in my experience, I know I found peace in certain places that there were like in my mind that I couldn't quite figure out, and then when I returned home after my journey, I was just like, oh, I'm feeling more hopeful. I'm feeling more connected to people because I understand them through me and vice versa. You know, it's about, I mean, I learned how to express myself more like directly, but in a meaningful way. You know, so it's a great process. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's why I'm here. That's why we work together. Because I mean, you're great at teaching people how to know about themselves.
To ignite the fire within.
Ignite the fire.
And that fire is our spark of life, and a lot of us dull that flame so we don't have to be seen, so we don't stand out.
Yeah.
This is the ignition of confidence.
Totally.
It's just by knowing self.
Yeah, we need creators. We need agents that can help other people. I mean, we cannot. We have to know our potential in life. You know, we have to know what we're capable of. And I'm not referring to the physical things. I'm also referring to the internal, like actually experiencing your feelings, like not being afraid of showing them. And I mean, vulnerability. It's sorry, my English is a little weird
No, it's
sometimes.
perfect. It's perfect.
But
vulnerability.
it's so weird.
Try and say Worcestershire.
That's even worse.
Cut.
But yeah, vulnerability connects you to the world. You know, I'm not gonna say the first word.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
yeah,
as you guys are noticing, there we have great rapport, and all of the teams that we work with. This is the manner in which we engage.
Yeah.
It's
this is us.
this is us.
It's not like we're gonna be.
We're not standing over you, pointing a ruler and saying do the thing. We're gonna get down and play with you guys too. We're working on our own stories, and I'm gonna say something that is so profound. I want each person who's watching this to think of this. Once you've defined your own individual story, the power of doing so will allow you to redefine your story at any point in your life. It's that inner knowing that you have the capability
Totally.
and the tools and the inner resources.
Yeah.
This is not just a 10-day experience. It is, but you're going to go home transformed. And that inner knowing that you can transform yourself will bring you confidence to achieve or overcome or do anything you wish to do in life.
Be prepared.
It's that powerful.
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, I mean, so what else? I mean,
Join us.
join us on the Hero's Journey Retreat here in Guanajuato. Guanajuato is a
up.
lovely town. I mean, I grew up here, and it's so magical. Yeah, it's fine. It's our town.
It's our town.
And
We can't wait to share it with you guys. Get your applications in. We're friendly people.
Yeah.
You're gonna have an outside of your comfort zone experience.
Totally.
But you're up for the challenge. I know you are.
And maybe you're just curious. Do your application, and
Let's
let's talk. Let's just chat for a bit and see what happens. See if you feel confident.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be it for tonight. I think that's it. So I hope I'll see you soon, and we're gonna be in touch. Sign up. Bye.